Okay, guys, good evening, everybody. We shall welcome to the monthly live session. Right, I'm gonna mute everyone by default. So welcome to the monthly live session. And today I will be talking about how you can grow your capital overall. So just give me a minute. Let me just pin myself. Good. So you can see me there. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Feel free to use the chats. Okay. And
yes, we can hear you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, and I'm just gonna. Okay. So thanks, everybody. So today we shall be talking about how you can grow your capital. And I know most of you dealing with me are working full time, etc., etc. Do we have Esther here, by the way? Let's just see. Just give me a second, please. Don't know if she's with me. That's Esther. Okay. Just trying to get everyone. Let me just, guys, how are you? How's everyone feeling? How are you dealing with the crypto, the FUDs from the different governments, the Chinese governments, different countries? We are getting more adoptions, but how is everyone feeling? But okay, anyway, before I start, I want to make this as interactive as possible. So I'm going to ask you guys your opinions first on what you think. So it's not just me, you're not just feeding off me. And then I will do a roundup. So I've got a slide, it's just a one-page slide, presentation slide. So I'm going to get you guys to unmute yourselves. If you can talk, if anybody wants to talk, just signify. So this here, we're talking about how you can grow your investment capital, okay? Most of you or a lot of you have only got a small amount of capital. So I would like you to talk to me how, what strategies you think you need to grow your capital. So I think you know who's going to talk first. Let me just admit everybody in. So I am picking on people to join us to just give their opinions. So we're just going to spend the first 10, 15 minutes to contributions from people, and then I'll take it from there. So do you want to talk to me? So I've got somebody with a very small account. I know you're not prepared for this. What are your opinions? How would you advise that person to be able to grow their accounts? Most of our core audience are Nigerians based in Nigeria, of course. A lot of them are students as well. Behind the scene, I see a lot of them talking to me about how they are struggling just to get by. And I'm thinking, we run a subscription-based club. So what's your advice to these people? What are you going to tell them? So, just give me a few takes in terms of what your opinion will be, please.
Oh, okay. If the person, good evening, everybody. For somebody with a small capital in the market already, I mean, stock or crypto, I would advise the person for two things. One, you don't have a lot to, let me use the word gamble away. So it's for the person to, in terms of if you're investing in, say, the stock market now, don't go for over risky assets, because when I put money in crypto, I actually tell myself,
I missed money, you there.
Yeah. What did you say?
I missed what you said. Don't go for what? Sorry.
Overly risky assets.
Okay.
Yes. So if I were to invest in stocks, for example, I will probably advise the person to go for maybe stocks that are like 1 billion capital and above, instead of going for things that are like 10 million. Now there's some like 500 million that are also good, But if you're already in Wealth Packers, I will advise that you stick to the watch list, really.
Okay.
Because if you do, because a lot of work has gone into the watch list, and it's better for you to stay away also from maybe forums where there's a lot of hype, because when there is, you're tempted. It's not normal, it's natural human nature to want to jump on the next thing. So you're risking way more than you ought to. So to grow the capital, I would say number one, I said number one, you work also on yourself, which is very, very important. If there's a desperation to multiply this money too quickly, you have put together the perfect recipe for disaster, to lose the money entirely. So it's better actually that you don't have a desperation that I have to multiply this money quickly. So if you do stick to the watch list, take it one trade at a time. You do have the ones you do like long-term investment, yeah, but you should also have trade. So you need to stick to the one trade at a time, follow the watch list, don't go overboard, don't jump on anything unless maybe Benga says jump on it, or maybe this is good, everybody gets on it. So I would advise that if you have small capital, and if you do, another way you can also go is also to, if you're already a student, I don't know, unless you're working as well as being in school, where you can get money to add to it. If you don't, you have to just patiently and gradually. I know the word patience here is easier said than done, but it's something you have to just practice, because that was the mistake a lot of us made last year and all that, not being impatient. I wanted to grow these things quickly. So yeah, patience, follow the watch list, take it one trade at a time, go for the long termers, but those with a good potential to more than double or triple or times 10 your money. Yeah, that's what I would say immediately.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay. Let's just see if we have somebody else who wants to say something else as well. Okay, we still have more people joining us. Right. Anybody else with something else to say? If you don't say anything, I'm just gonna pinpoint you to say something. Okay, Oshin's just joining us, I believe. Can you hear me, Oshin? I know he's literally just joining us. So what we are talking about is how you can grow a small trading or investment capital. And I just want to get people's opinions, and then I'll do a roundup. Okay. Oshin, do you want to say something? Let me get him to say something.
Yeah. Hi, Benga.
Hi. So I said a lot of our core audience are, and in fact your clients as well, these are guys who are just getting by in life, just starting by, millennials, if you call them that. And I'm asking you, what are your tips for them, just off the cuff? I know I didn't discuss this with you before. What advice would you tell them? What's your advice, in order to grow a small trading or investment account?
Okay, so my number one advice will be this: do not be greedy, right?
Okay.
Start small. That's the second advice. And put in something you can probably afford to lose, that you don't have immediate need for. Basically, you want to test the waters. So if I would probably advise, if you are single, you're not married, you don't have kids, you can take a lot more risk. And let's say you are earning maybe in a year, let's say 750,000 annual salary, annual combined, everything you make. You can probably put in 10 to 15% of that and play with it for the first year if you are new at this. Do not say, I'm going to go and collect loan. I hear some people say, I'll collect a loan of 200K, I'll put it in the market, I'll get, yeah, it can grow 100%, but it can also reduce 75%.
Sure.
So you need to know that. So start small, don't be greedy. Like I see a lot of people that they say, I've made 300% in this, I've made 400% in this. You don't plan on keeping that stock or that asset for a long time, sell it. Don't go hoping and wishing it's going to become 1,000%. If you're trying something for the first time, we just basically want to know that yes, you can actually profit on investing. So you and the profit you are making, this 400, 500% is not yours until you sell, right? So if you are starting, start small, don't be greedy, make the little percentages, see how that goes, experience the market a lot more.
Okay.
Don't borrow money to say you want to invest in the market. It's very risky. And I think that those would be my advice to anybody that is starting new and doesn't have so much capital.
Good.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. So I'm literally just giving people the odd minutes here and there just to give us a quick summary of, and I'm talking about people who, who's got experience of the markets. Chubi, you can hear me, can't you? I know Chubi will probably tell you to hold it for 40 years, but so in a nutshell, so what would you tell somebody who's got a small capital and how they can grow it, please? What are your ways? Get ready, please.
Okay, good evening. Do I have the mic?
You do.
All right. I think I appreciate this section, and I appreciate what everybody is saying. I'm someone who has a very small capital and doesn't know what wants to get my teeth. I think I'll go with something that the previous speaker just said. You just don't have to get greedy with it. But the angle I'm going to come from is when you have a small capital, you have to actually be truthful to yourself and recognize that this is small. You have to understand that investing is not like gambling. You are not in the casino. Your $10 is not going to magically turn into $1 million overnight. So you have to be patient with it. Learn some basic things that you can do with your $10. There's a lot of things $10 can actually do for you in the financial markets. But turning it into $1 million overnight is one of them. So I think that's the basic thing I would tell any person that has a very little capital. Be patient with yourself. Know that you have small capital, and then if you can actually hold on, get more knowledge, and actually work on getting more capital into this, because trading and investing is a game of numbers. No matter how you go about it, definitely you'll be needing to add more capital. One thing I normally tell people is getting a moonshot portfolio and all that, but that is just once in a lifetime something that you're doing. If you actually
could you tell people what's a moonshot portfolio quickly? We don't want to divert from where we're going, but just in case.
Okay, this is a portfolio where you buy investments that are highly speculative, but even though you are not you are buying them, you're not buying too much of them. So you're just buying a little of them so that because the upside to these investments is so much. Although they have a little problem, sometimes it may be an IPO, it may be a valuation problem. IPOs are always tricky when it comes to valuation. A lot of special conditions can be attached to it. So you are just buying little amounts of this particular investment and you are hoping to see where it goes. The popular example I always give is Bitcoin in 2011. We had it at 120 Naira for one, that's $1. It was 120 Naira practically. So assuming someone just saw this as a seed and say, okay, I'm buying this and I'm leaving it for a decade. I'm not even really investing and trading now, but it's just 120 Naira that I have. The person is actually a millionaire in 2021 with that little money. So you just have to find a way to get knowledge. You can create a portfolio of moonshot investments where you buy very little amount. And even as of today, there's a lot of stocks in the stock market that actually proposing to do a lot of things. I don't want to start calling names of companies. So some of them are proposing to go to the space. Some are proposing to, so you can even scan your unborn baby with your mobile phone. So some of these things, valuation and the stage of development is not yet there. So you can actually buy little of these things and then leave them like a moonshot while you work on your cash flow. Having a cash flow that is steady is very necessary when you are trading and investing. So when you work on your cash flow, you can actually come back and do the regular investing and trading. So that's just about that.
Thank you for that. Okay, do we have O-? Do you want to say a word or two about people with small capital? Just limit yourself to a minute if you can, please. And then I'll just go through my slides. I'm going to give another 5 more minutes for whoever else wants to talk. But yeah, O-. So I'm just talking to people who've got a bit of experience or who got experience rather, and just, give us some offerings, please.
Sure. Hi, VK. Hi, the house. So small capital, my advice will always be first, try to get as much knowledge as you can, because it's knowledge that's going to help you to grow wealth. But if you have small capital is not exactly going to help you grow wealth. So it's the understanding that you need to keep injecting capital, but where you inject it is the question, which obviously knowledge helps to answer. But if you ask me and you're telling me, oh, it's 2021 and I want to grow my wealth, what should I put money in? Then personally, I would be saying, at the very least, you can, be a passive investor in Bitcoin. And if you look at the last 10 years, biggest rewarding asset class, Bitcoin, and it hasn't taken off yet. So I'll be saying, pay attention to that space. And this obviously the perspective of somebody in a company that wants to put it into something. So have wealth, get knowledge, but you have to keep investing or adding additional capital into your investment to grow it. Bitcoin, I'll probably say, if I'm trying to pin it down to something.
So you saying crypto or you mean Bitcoin?
I mean Bitcoin, not crypto, because so I'm saying this from the perspective again. That's why I said if the person has knowledge, that you can start diving into understanding, projects and the utility of what the token does and the rest of that.
Sure.
But from just a passive point of view, I want to grow my wealth.
Yeah.
And then what you want to do is to put it in something that's going
Stable.
to, over time build. And so I would say Bitcoin.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Ivan. Okay. I know we have one or two speakers who might want to say something, but are probably shy or don't want to say much. I know Pastor is used to speaking to an audience. So if you want to say something, I'm not going to force you. But if anybody else wants to say something before I take over, and then we'll move to Q&A. Yeah, Pastor, do you want to say something? Why not? Absolutely. I know you're used to audience, so you might think today is my day off. Oh God, not again today. Okay, you know what we're talking about. Off to you, sir.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Oh, okay. So that I'm not going to re-echo what the other speaker said. I think the major thing there is what the last speaker mentioned. Knowledge is very important. No matter how small the money might be, I think the first thing that you need to budget for is knowledge. So you need to gain knowledge about the market or where you are going to invest or the area you are investing. You need that first of all. And also patience, as I said. Actually said you can, with your little $10, you can become a millionaire overnight. You can't be competing with those who have been there for years or those who have been made, or who had experience over the year. So just remember that the little more you have, you start with it, then find a way of injecting a little into it gradually. And from there, before you know what's going on, little, you're gonna get there. You can't get there overnight, but with determination, diligence, over and over again, expanding your knowledge. From there, before you know what's going on. So the $10 you started with is going to be a great one. That's just what I have tonight. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. So who else do we have that I'll need one of the females to say something. Perhaps Adeshola, you probably want to say something. Adeshola is a leader in an industry. Nikki, I've got quite a few powerful women here, but they're just being shy. But if they don't say anything, I'm just going to call them out. Ayomide, come on. Right, if they're not going to say anything, I'm going to, even Christy, Lisa. Right, I'll take over. So let me just share my screen. Excuse me. Bear with me. So, good evening, people. So I'm talking about the tips, different tips to grow a small trading or investment account. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And again, in addition to what everyone has said, I do actually take everything you said on board, but you have to understand, whoever's listening to us, wherever you are listening to us, this is not exclusive, an exclusive list, okay? It runs far and wide and well beyond where we are, okay? Now, so I've just made all the list, and this is everything. Now, the first thing is that you have to understand again, my core audience are Nigerians. The tides are already against you guys. You cannot trade, okay, on stocks. Some of you cannot really trade leverage, but it's a bit risky. So I'm not even going to advise it. But you cannot even short stocks, you know. Is it William O'Neill said, for you, if you want to make money in the stock market, you need to be able to make money when it's going up or when it's going down. Going up is when you're long, going down is when you're short. So the tides are already against you. You cannot do that. A lot of you cannot really short. All you've got are the platforms that you've got, which is very limited, no matter how brilliant they are in Nigeria, of course. That's number one. Number two, I keep telling people, whenever you lose, if I lose $1, you are losing 500 times what I'm losing because the exchange rate is against you. So you need to respect that. The tides are already against you. So that's not a tip. That's just something you want to have at the back of your mind. What does that mean? I've got to make sure I want to make money on every single trade or investment, of course. Okay, so number one, I'm going to ask you to just keep doubling your hustle, like we say in Nigeria. Double your hustle, keep adding money to your portfolio. You've got no other reasons not to do that. Make sure, I tell people, because somebody told me, so when do I take money from the market? I said, you never do. When you're ready to retire, that's when you take money out. So really, I said, yes. So the money you put in the market stays in the market. Stop talking about I'm taking it out. No. Okay, so that's my first tip. Number two, keep working and adding money to your portfolio. It's extremely, extremely important. Keep working and adding money to your portfolio. That's my second advice, okay? So whatever you do, just make sure that you continue to add money to this portfolio. And that's just very important. So, sorry, just give me a second. I might just have to stop sharing that and then reshare it. Bear with me, apologize. Okay, yeah, so keep working, keep adding money to that portfolio, let it grow. So whatever you're doing, trading or investing, whatever you do outside, just keep bringing money in, keep bringing money in. And I'm not saying that's the only thing you need to invest in. Remember, we talk about the modern portfolio theory. You know, you want to invest in other businesses, have a property, have this, have business, etc. So keep putting money in that portfolio. That's the second thing I'm going to tell you. Number three, guys, it's very important that you focus on swing trades, not day trader, swing trade. Wealth is built over a longer duration. Be calm and let the money grow, okay? So 1 or 2 trades maximum per week is fine, okay? So you make a trade and you just wait, give it time. Sometimes we get the return straight away, sometimes not immediately, okay? But maximum 1 to 2, maybe 3, I should say, okay? There's what we call the good faith violation. How do we avoid that? You know, the platforms we have in Nigeria, the Bamboo, Chaka, Trove, Passfolio, they all have good faith violation. And how do we have, what does good faith violation mean? It means that you make a trade, you need to allow the money to settle in 2 days. Yes, you can see the money, but you cannot use it. But some people see another opportunity and they just quickly want to use that money, and then they get a strike. And if you get a strike, I think after 3 strikes, you are suspended from trading for a limited amount of time. Okay, and the more you do it, the more you get punished. So you don't want your rights taken away from you. So what do I tell people? I know your money is small already, but so keep to 1 or 2 trades a week. But as you grow that money, split that money over into maybe 2, 3 different exchanges. So you might have 1 Passfolio and 1 Bamboo, Passfolio and Chaka, Passfolio and Trove, Passfolio and whichever way you want to do that, okay? Split it that way. Just not maybe 2 to 3 exchanges, depends on how much you have. And that way, so if you make a trade here today, you could even make another one tomorrow on another exchange. As long as both of them don't go against you, you will be able to build quicker, faster that way. So split your accounts different ways. Another one, bio stocks are very volatile. They're very good. So I don't want to talk about individual sectors, but I'm just trying to focus on buying stocks here. Special mention because we made a list on the watch list. I'm going to show the list in a minute, actually. And you know, a lot of times when there's news expected, so pre-news, you want to wait for them. So there's an FDA response. This company is waiting on an FDA report. Then you want to, you know, I've decided to start putting all these things on the watch list now on a monthly basis, the calendar. So what you want to do is get ready. I mean, you want to hedge your bet if you want to be a trader, of course. So look at this. And what you want to do is you get there before the news, or you want to be on the safer side after the news. These guys have just got, they just found the cure for cancer. Boom. Position yourself post-news because you know it's going to run up. And I've got these things, I've started putting them on the watch list, okay? So position yourself before the news or after the news. Check the watch list, you'll find them there. It's actually on the first tab, I'm going to show you again. Again, this is very important. You've got to be ready to take some risk. Fear has an effect on the way we perceive the market. What do I mean by take some risk? Of course, it's got to be calculated. But when I'm saying take some risk, I'm not saying invest in penny stocks. In fact, I need to put one of the speakers said, do not take risk. And I do agree when she said, you know, she said, focus on large caps. Yes, that's the kind of risk I mean. But when I say risk in my way, I'm saying go all in. If your trading capital is only $200, I'm sorry, you're not going to start splitting into 3 stocks, $100 here, $50 here, $50 here. So that's what I mean by the risk, okay? So take the risk of going all in, but at the same time, making sure that you are playing safe stocks, safe zones. But what do I mean by going all in? I need to split that as well. Never, ever, ever enter a trade with all your money. So if on $100 is all you have, you know, you want to go in with a 70%, leave 30% waiting for the market, just in case it goes against you. You know, you get a fair averaging price. So I tend to go with a strategy. I tend to put them on the watch list as well. So every tiny details matter. Guys, if you want to be in your safety zone, safe zone, working, okay, there was a time I was sitting under the tree and I was just doing my trading. If you want that kind of life, you've got to be ready to put in that energy, okay? But that's not where we are. Again, so be ready to take some risk. In terms of the risk is go all in with all that money. Don't over diversify. In fact, one of the guys said that diversification is for people who don't know what they're doing. Okay, so do not overspread that money, that little capital. Go all in, but again, 70% and keep some money for when it goes against you, and then you can buy, so you reduce your cost, your cost basis. They call it dollar cost averaging, and then you can just decide to say, yeah, the market's rewarded me with a better price. I mean, I did a stock last week. I didn't really care. I've kind of saw the downward trend, but I'm not there because one of the things my mentor tells me is that don't try to save a penny whereby you lose a trade. What if it doesn't go against me? I've read the chart. Chart is just probabilistic thinking. It might not go against, but it did go the way I thought it was going to go, which is downward trend. But I was happy to, this is something I'm happy to hold for 5 years anyway. So now I say it's gone against me and I'm like, okay then. And there's another one. I thought it was going to go way lower. I only went in very small. But you could see one of us said, oh no, I was thinking it was still going to go lower, but it did 22% today. So got to think that way, okay? Don't try and time that market. Don't try and save a penny whereby you lose a whole trade. So that's one important thing. Again, I know we've been saying this every time, keep a journal. Guys, it's very, very important. I can tell you how I'm feeling when I take my particular trade. In fact, I keep saying I'm going to share my trade journal one day, but I'll leave it for now. So keep a journal. Know what happened when you took that trade. What did you do? What did you see in that trade? Why? Because on a weekly basis, I look at my journal and I realize these are the kind of stocks that give me my money, whether I like it or not. That's just the way it is. It's not my emotions. This is what the market is telling me. These are the kind of stocks I know that have been giving me the reward. and I just stick to that. Okay, so please, it's very important. Keep a journal. Sometimes you never can tell, and this is not me being superstitious. It might just be biostocks are the ones that just work for you, but you keep thinking, no, I want to get the tech stock, I want to get the real estate. You just don't know that. Okay, there's someone here in our group. He loves his long term, and he doesn't struggle with it when it comes to trading. He thinks long term strategy, and that's it, because it works for him. He knows what he's doing that way. Yeah, very important. One more important thing, guys: focus on edges. What do we mean by edges? Edges is something that you know that gives you that advantage over the markets. You see, I write a lot about the markets when not just the market. I write a lot about when I say these charts are not 100. Of course, they're not 100%. I'm saying these charts are not really working, and sometimes people tend to argue with me, but that's fine. It's okay to argue. I think when you look at the charts is something where 100 of us are going to look at the charts, and we are going to see 100 different things, but not one could be right among 100 of us. So that's charting for you, okay? But what I'm saying is that when I say the charting are not exactly working, I did say in terms of crypto, for example, because I realized you could look at the charts right now, you could think this was going to happen, but the charts cannot predict human emotions. It doesn't tell me what I'm going to do. It doesn't tell you that Elon Musk is going to tweet tomorrow and it's going to change everything. It doesn't tell you that China is not going to change their mind tomorrow and say, oh, yeah, we love crypto. And that's the thing when I'm saying. So it's a probabilistic thinking. So it does work to an extent, but at the same time, there are times where the market tries to find its base, tries to find a rhythm, and nothing works. Okay, so focus on edges, which is why it ties in with the journal. If there's something that's been giving you money, that's been rewarding you guys, focus on it. It's, so for example, I talked about the biostocks, or if you look at any stock at all, if it's gone up, why did it go up? It's a catalyst-based surge in the stock, okay? So patient, wait for that stock to reach a specific trading area, and then you execute your trade. Oh, they want to do this at that point, boom, I'm expecting this stock to do this. I'm not asking you to be a trader. Be patient. Don't go when it's already moving. That's a hot oven. Don't dip your hand in there. Wait before you think this oven is going to jump. Which is why I am setting, if you look at the watch list, I just set traps. That's what I think we should do. I just set our traps, and that's it. And I don't care anymore what's going to happen. I'm not here constantly looking at the chart. That way I have more time to do other things. Okay, so focus on edge. My edge is being patient. I say something and I jump on it before it moves at all. I'm not here to make 100%, even though I would love to make 100%, but sometimes I just wait. I wait. I set my trap. It will come to me. And that's why I've been telling you guys, this, when it comes to investing, these stocks want you, not the other way around. You are chasing them because it's money. No, they want you, not the other way around. Okay, there's no chart that's good enough, no stock that's good enough that's better than you. No, you are better than all of them. He wants you. Okay, so focus on edges, catalyst-based especially. This stock is now done this. I'm going to wait for it to do this next. And that's it. So you wait for the stock, it reaches a trading area, a zone, and then you execute the trade with absolute precision. And that's what we call an edge. If you think about it, the last 2-3 weeks, we did GOED. I don't know how many percent we got, 70%. GEO, that's another 60-70%. Wish again, I don't even know how many percentage we've got since then, but I think we played Wish just Friday. That's a good 20-something%. We just by waiting, all in the last 2 weeks. What else did we do? A few other stocks like that. I didn't play them all. That's actually been doing very well just by us waiting. We're not chasing these guys. We're just being patient. That's how you're going to eat the fruits of the land. Let me borrow the statement from Pastor. Another one, avoid drawdowns. If you remember, we are targeting guys with small capital. People say trade with what you can afford to lose. Yes, but at the same time, avoid taking that money. I've made $2. I know when you make $10, I know the feeling. You guys are in Nigeria, especially most of you guys are in Nigeria. $10 is what, times 500? That's what, 5,000 Naira. That's a lot of money. Okay, I know. But please, that money is not yours. Leave it in the market. Let it keep working. You keep doing whatever hustle you're doing, keep adding that money to it. So avoid drawdowns as much as it is. And if you take a measured drawdown, put it back in. You owe yourself that money. Every time you take a drawdown, understand that you are withdrawing from your future. You're denying something from your future. Okay? Please, so don't take any drawdown at all. In fact, I usually play a game with an old friend. I'm talking 2005 when I started investing. I tell him anytime I take a drawdown, he should penalize me £10. And I give him £10. I used to take, I make a bad trade sometimes and I take some money out. He charges me £10 and he always takes it from me. He never says no. So avoid drawdowns, guys, very important. Another one, make sustainable, consistent profit. How do we do that? Your job is, in fact, you guys know the other group I'm in with the platinum guys with with $1 million accounts. This guy talks about just make 1% a day, just 1%. But he's a day trader. But he's not even talking about trading. I'm talking about investing. Okay, you're only making 2-5% a week minimum. If you remember, guys, bank is only paying 0.01%. So if you make 1%, which is what I tell people, you've made 0.01% is what bank is paying per year. So if you make 1%, you've made more than the bank will pay you in 100 years. Because 0.01 times 100 is 1. So if you make 1%, you've made more than the bank will give you in 100 years. Okay, so don't just go about taking that money very fast. So your job is to make small, consistent profit. Okay, there's something I learned recently. There's somebody who makes a really good profit, but made a bad trade. But he did it in a way whereby he was just chasing some stocks. He didn't know what he was doing. And there's another person who made a loss, but it was his strategy that he pursued, he followed, but even though he made a loss. But guess what? I respect that person more, and he's going to end up making more money over time than that person who was just jumping and chasing the trade. I don't know if I'm clear. So focus on a small, consistent profits. Don't try to profit on the short-term trade. They are disguised as long-term losses. It's just a disguise, okay? Short-term, consistent profit, you make that profit. I'm not saying leave, because it might still keep going, but at least that way you can say, okay, I'm going to set a stop loss. Remember, it's here to reward you. It's nobody's father's business. Very important. Another thing, focus on growing skill set before you grow your account. Guys, what do I mean by that? I always ask people, what's the biggest stock? And people tell me it's Apple. Some people tell me it's Amazon. No, guys, it's not Apple. It's not Amazon. It's you. You are the biggest stock. You are the biggest investment. Not Apple, not Amazon, not Tesla. You, okay? And I tell people I could lose all my stock right now, all my money, and I'm going to be back in a few years to where I am right now, or better, because I've got the knowledge, okay? Very, very important. Focus on growing your skill set before you grow your account. Focus on position sizing, okay? Your money management, your risk management, etc. Finally, guys, love the grind. I tell people I look at 50 charts almost every day, not just because I'm a trader. I just want to see what's going on. I want to see what's moving. I know I'm serving a lot of you, but not just because I'm serving, just I want to keep bettering myself, because when you are gone and you say goodbye to me, I'm left alone to my devices. Can I still serve me? Or when I go, when you're not with me, can you still serve you? Always think about that. If something happens to me tomorrow, are you going to be looking to join another group? Or if something happens to you, you cannot afford my group anymore. Are you able to start saying everything I've learned from BK? I can apply it. I can now grow my account myself without anybody. I've got a small account. I lose my job. I can't afford to pay for the group anymore. BK says it's not going to sponsor me. What do I do? Can I grow my account with a small amount or not? I look at every trade like this is my money to grow. I've got nothing else in life. This is all I have. Do you have that same mindset? If you don't, please do. So love the grind. Love to read as much as possible, love to participate. If something is there, go and see why is it going up, if you want to, of course, but it's very, very important. You need to love these things. It's not just for now, it's for the sake of the future. I'm not talking about a trader as an investor and a trader, both ways, okay? And that's the final one. So somebody will tell you, how much do I need to get started? Yeah, people tell you need $10, you need $5. Of course, Portfolio is going to charge you, it's going to tell you $5 is free. But do you want to leave $5 for your children, inheritance, your grandparents to say, yeah, I've made all this money, go and buy a house? $5 is not enough. You need money. You need money to make more money. Very important. You need money to make more money. Without a sizable capital, it's very difficult to make it big. This is just a take home. The only way to create financial capital is through human capital. You need to go and grind, work hard, work smart. And that's it. Okay, so remember, most people think that successful traders or investors, they know everything about the markets. In fact, they don't. What they know is everything about their strategy, knowledge in a specific industry. Some of you guys have been in, Chubi is in real estate. If you look at his portfolio, I've not seen his portfolio, but I can tell you more than 50% of his portfolio is going to be real estate. If you look at the polls, he sends everything. He's also constantly, he sent me last year to do to compare two stocks, which I did. They're both real estate. You've got to study that. So those kind of people, he knows that he has the knowledge about his industry. And that's why he would rather invest in that industry, because he knows inside out that, okay, this is how real estate move. I was telling people last year, and I said, sometimes just think outside the box. There's COVID out there, okay? And he was telling me he wants to invest in real estate stock. I said, oh, really? Okay, but there's COVID out there. People are staying home. What do you think is happening? He said, I'm not sure. But I said, so why would you invest in a real estate? Because he told me he wanted to invest in a real estate. I said, why? He said he doesn't know. I said, okay, but this real estate you've told me is actually offices, a commercial, but people are working in their home, in their houses. How are they going to collect their rents? Amazon is not going to make money without selling anything. So you got to understand where you are. So if you have an industry that you work on, if you work in the bar industry, look at that area. I know it's a same stock. If you just want to make money, that's fine. Look at the entertainment industry. Look at the entertainment sector. You've got an edge over me already. If you are into the retail industry, you have an edge. That means you don't have to work with Amazon. That just means you have an edge. If you are in the health sector, you have an edge. Does that make sense? That's something for you. I'm not saying that should be the bulk of your portfolio. You have an edge. Work on that. Okay. Again, I've talked about it. Overreaction plays. Don't be afraid when people are dumping. Focus on stocks that are not loved. Right now, crypto is not loved. I'm focusing on crypto. I wish I've got some more money. Boom, dumping it. Okay, trade them if you want to trade them. Invest in them. Write your strategy down, the one that works, and write in what's working and what's not working. And you will be able to see what you've been doing right. Whether what you hate the most is what's been working for you, you will realize that's how you make most of your money. Again, focus on incremental growth. We want to grow incrementally. We don't want to rush it, just grow incrementally. And that's how we're going to get there. Thank you, guys. Any question? Questions? So I'm just going to unmute everybody so you can all ask the questions. If you want to type it, yeah, circle of competency, absolutely. Actually, I should let Mr. Ganiu have a say. I know he's a man of many experience. So yeah, what do you want to add to that as well, please, sir?
Hello, good evening, BK.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, thanks for the financial advice, and it's most appreciated. So for me, Hello, can you hear me?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, so one of the, though I've been in Nigerian stock market, like I said before, for more than 10 years. Not an active trader, but putting money every now and then. But again, you know, getting to the US stock, and especially the experience we had last year, it's kind of tempting for one to want to double one's portfolio, you know, because yeah, if you see the way people are making it, and because of the slowdown that we've had so far this year, at times I tend to ask myself that I'm not making progress, in quote. So though listening to you this night, that's a lot of encouragement for me. But again, you know, when you see how people are making progress in terms of the percentages, and again, it seems it is when I sell a particular stock, that's when the stock will now start moving on, you know. So how do we balance trying to increase our capital base and also not to lose out on the potentials of some of those stock? I mean, selling prematurely. Thank you.
Good. So thanks for that question. So I think there are two things. Number one, when it comes to selling, never ever sell without a reason. You got in based on the charts, you're going to get out based on the charts. That's for me. I tend to do that. Okay. I know I want to get in based on the charts. I want to get out based on the charts most of the time. That's most of the time. However, also, in terms of getting in, one thing I tell people, always find the exit door before you get into any building. If you go abroad, I don't know if it's common in Nigeria, Pastor Gabriel's church would not be operating in this country if it doesn't have a fire exit door. I know you have in your church. I'm just saying in this UK, for example, if you enter any building, I'm not talking about the house where you live, but in fact, most houses even have the back door which leads to the garden. But of course, some, you know, I'm talking about flats don't have that. Not every houses have a garden. So before you get in, you need to know how much profit you want to make. And it has to be realistic. Don't think, I want to get into this stock, I want to make 1,000%, because GameStop has done 1,000%. AMC has done 1,000%. I got in AMC at $2.50. I left at $19. It's now $59. I've not been tempted to go back. Last week I wanted to go back at 40, but it was at 44. And I said, no, if it doesn't touch that 40, I'm not going in. I didn't. I said, if it doesn't touch 40, I'm not going in. It did not touch 40. If it was very close, let's say 40.2, I would have thought that's fair. But it was at 44. It went to 43. But no, I wasn't tempted. Now it's at 59. I saw the charts. I saw the trend. I'm like, no, this is not my discipline. I know what I've said to myself. And every time I go against my discipline, I lose money. I lose money. When I say I lose money, I'm punishing myself. I'm losing a part of my sweat. And that's what I'm saying. So that's one. I hope that answers your question. So find the exit door before you move in, number one. Number two, make sure if something is going up without a reason, even if the stock you have, we had AMST, for example, it went up without the reason yet. I got out. I got my profit. I got out. I just thought, God is good. I'm not gonna stress this market saying, yeah, he hasn't done what I wanted to do. No, it's rewarded me. It did over 100% in one day. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna come back, and that's it until it comes back to where I want it to be again for me for another re-entry, and that's what I did. So don't pick if your stock is going up and it has no real catalyst. If it rewards you, take it, move. If you have a stock, before you buy, know before you sell. Some people get into a stock. They only ask me for the exit price only when it's moving. I see that, I notice that, but I don't complain. But always find the exit door before you get into any building. Okay? And that way, sometimes you might not touch it, but do not be greedy. If you're greedy, this market is not for you. Market is here to serve you. But one more thing I wanted to say, when I was saying this charts don't work, this market's designed to take money from your pocket. Well, they didn't design it to take money from your pocket like that. It's just meant to show you what's going on and investors' confidence in companies. But we decided, we're going to be trading it. But because you want to be trading it, this market sucks your emotions into pricing. And that's why if I bought my Apple stock in 2017 at $70, it went to something, 250, I believe, and then they did the split. So roughly, Apple is about $400 between 2017 and now. But guess what? Somebody said, oh, I bought it cheap. No, I did not buy it cheap. And this one I'm talking about, master your emotions. The market is evenly, fairly priced. The market is efficient, it's fair. If Apple is trading at $2 today, it's not cheap, guys. That's what the market thinks is worth. Because when Apple said they released, they had a disappointing iPhone sales, and the stocks tanked heavily, and it was trading at $70. It went down from 110, and then I was working, and I think I bought two. I could only afford two when I was working, and then I bought another one and another one, so I bought 4 stocks. So now, as I was saying, I lost my train of thought there. I was reading what Pastor said, typed. Okay, so as I was saying, when I bought the stocks, I was reading a lot, and everything was saying, no, nobody uses iPhones anymore, see? And then that was when Apple said they're going to stop releasing iPhone sales. But I did not care. I just held it. The plan was this stock, I'm leaving it for my grandmother. That was the plan. And I did not care. And it went up, they did a split, and I thought, wow. So I didn't listen to what people are saying. I held my sway, and I was happy with what I did. So that's one thing there. Number 2, I held it through the ups and down. Now Apple is bored. I wouldn't call it, Apple is not on a downtrend, it's on a boredom trend right now because it's just trading sideways. Again, I'm holding, don't care. Just hold it, and that's how you do it. So it depends. So in that case, I didn't find it. So my exit door is grandmother, because I wanted to give it to my grandmother. That's the plan. Do you want to hold it for as a trade, as a swing trade? I've seen people, they want to hold something for a swing trade, but all of a sudden, when it starts moving, I'm beginning to like this stock. I want to keep it as an investment. No, don't change your strategy in the middle of a trade. Wrong. You've got your exit door, but all of a sudden you say, I don't like that door anymore. I want to decide to, I came tonight, I'm in Nigeria, I want to see Pastor Gabriel. But all of a sudden, I decided I'm not going to go back home. I want to stay in your house. I didn't prepare your bed now, DK. What's going on? Now you say you want to sleep over. Well, does that make sense? So I've changed strategy midway. It's going to cause a rift, no matter how much it loves me. But next time I'm coming, and wait till we are traveling to South Africa tonight. So, oh no, you should have told us earlier. See, things are changing. So have this mindset. Trading is more about your mindset. It's not mostly, which is why I always say the money you're going to make in the stock market is outside the stock market. It's more about you first, less. Okay, so you say when you sell, it starts going up, and a lot of times when you do that, that's it. Don't look back. Say your goodbyes and move on. Never, ever, ever look back. Because as a result, some people make a loss on certain trades, loss aversion, so they get scared of trading or investing in future. No, don't do that at all. Okay. So if you say the minute you sold, it starts moving up, that's fine. My mentor always says the same sentence. It's always another one. There's always another one. That's the sentence. It's always tomorrow. Learn that, please. I hope that answers your question. Sorry, very long and winded, but yeah. Yeah?
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, Do we have another question? I said I was going to show something on the watch list. I did. Yes, I agree. Let's just find it. Let's find the watch list, and we'll the Wealth Hackers. So bear with me. My audiobook started playing all of a sudden. So we have, you can see I'm doing some maths in the background. Okay, so this is the watch list. Look at the first tab. And what did I say here? Can you see the dates for your diary? I probably should give it another color. Yeah, and it says the FDA applications accordingly, okay? So if you look at the 21st, okay, today's 21st, there's got to be something with this stock right now. The 25th, BLA, okay, these guys are expecting, so ASND, they're expecting a BLA, they are going for a BLA application with the FDA. So you've got the rumor now, you want to start trading the rumor, okay? But you want to sell before the news, yeah? But it depends on where the stock is on the chart. Remember, if it's an all-time high, stay away. Yeah, I know high goes higher, but that's risky. That's not where you want to be, okay? Remember, we're talking about this. This is mostly directed at people with a small accounts. Let me show you a chart. Actually, why am I even doing that? Well, I'm going to show you on the internet, and then it's going to make more sense later. Okay, so this is for June, for example. We want to play this. Now, let me show you a chart. And let me share my screen again. Let's pick a Barclays stock. Just on Google, very simple. Oh, okay. Taking forever. Get up here. Come on. Okay, look at Barclays. Let's just look at it over 5 years or maximum. Some people bought here, right? Some people got Barclays stock here. Pastor will be sharing the grace for those kind of people now. Yeah, look, what year? Can you see the year? 2007, 14 years later, yeah? Am I clear, guys? 14 years later, where are they? Barclays still saying, we're not gonna test that. No matter how many times you average, it's gonna take a while to get there. Am I clear so far, people? So be careful. So even though you're trading, you're looking at your bio stocks here, bios, but look, Barclays, it's just Barclays. There's so many other stocks like that. Yeah? And it's never, he hits his all-time high in 2007. They didn't even do a stock split or anything because it just hasn't been there. Okay, it's just so many other stocks like that. So be careful. Stop buying at the top of what in Nigeria they'll say Cocoa House. Is Cocoa House still very tall? Yeah, guys, can you hear me? I know I muted everybody. Can you all hear me? Let me unmute you just in case, so you can all talk. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, I've unmuted you guys. You can all talk now. Allow participants.
Yes, we can hear.
Cocoa House is still there, still 22 floors. Amazing, yeah. So don't be at the top of Cocoa House. and place your trade. No, 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 no. You want to be at the bottom floor or middle floor, okay? And make sure Cocoa House still has a what's it called? Has potentials. Not when Chubi wants to turn Cocoa House to a church or to a mosque. Yeah, that's not potential. It has potential because they want to turn into different offices. They want to turn into something. Then you can say it still has potential. Then we can use it. We can buy at the bottom or at the middle. But if it doesn't have potential and you buy at the top, Cocoa House will not turn to what's that hotel in Dubai? I've never been to Dubai. Cocoa House will not turn to that seven-star hotel. What's that?
Burj Al Arab.
Yeah, Burj Al Arab. Thank you. Cocoa House will not turn to that. Don't say it has potential. It will
Al Arab, yeah.
And Nigeria will start taking off the floor bit by bit. Okay, so don't buy at the top of Cocoa House. Calm down. Take your time. If you love it, don't fall in love with any stock. Put your emotions in check. If you fall in love with that stock, then you're doing it wrong because they don't even know you. Apple don't know you that you have stock. Okay. The minute I realized Microsoft is a business, 2005, I saw Bill Gates sold some of his stocks, and I just thought, gotta be stupid for me to be keeping this thing for 99 years. If it makes me money and I'm happy, I'll take. Of course, I still have Microsoft holding it, getting the dividend, etc. But yeah. Any question, guys? Any question? Could be you guys on YouTube. Do you want to ask your questions? Any question?
Hello, BK. This is not a question, but can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, there's this guy, Nathan Disu.
Yeah.
I've not been hearing about him. I've not been seeing his posts and comments. Hope he's doing okay.
He left our group. He's in Bamboo. He's in Bamboo.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, I see him a lot. He posts hundreds daily. So he's doing well. He's keeping well. The young guys, he's doing well. Yeah. Any other question, people? Any question at all by anybody?
Okay. All right, BK. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, please, right? For stocks, okay, let me first start by saying I want to commend you. You have learned how to speak more English than you used to. Before you used to speak plenty grammar and we had to like, oh, what does this mean first? So doing well, you're doing well.
Thank you.
Then number two, if you diversify so much, it's difficult to actually follow all the news. And for me, that's my challenge. With limited time to spend all that, it is quite, how do I put, overwhelming. So can I say that I try to stick with maybe like 5 stocks that I can follow or something?
Right, great question. So I know your voice, even though I didn't see your name. That's Remy talking, right? Yeah, that's Remy. Remy asked a question.
Yes,
I
yes.
Your voice. Yeah. Okay. Great question. I had a plan to talk about this tonight as well, actually, but I forgot. So thank you for reminding me. So what I want to say is that, guys, and again, we're talking about people with a small portfolio, So what I'm going to say is, depends on how much you have. You see, I'm always constantly giving you directions as much as I can, because I'm not here to just throw signals. I can give you a signal and we're going to have the same signal. But guess what? I'm still going to make more money than you because you don't know how to use that signal. I know how to use it, even though I've tried and said only at this price is when you should get in. So now let me tell you something. If you have $1,000, if, for example, you have no business owning more than 4 stocks, maximum 4. 2 you never want to see again, just keep them, put them away, $500. The remaining $500, you don't have more business owning more than 2 stocks. Sorry, just gonna get some water. You have no business owning more than 2 stocks. Only. Remember, I said this earlier on. I don't know if you joined us then. I said diversification is for people who don't know what they are doing. That's what someone said. And that's great. Okay, so by all means, please diversify. But please do not over diversify. In fact, Warren Buffett, he calls it diversification. Okay, diversification. So yes, please diversify, but do not over diversify. So what you said was, so what did you say again? Sorry. So how many stocks should you have? Like I said, yeah, industry standard 25, 15. They don't even, which is somebody posted that today, and I said that's right, but that's wrong. Warren Buffett has about 400 stocks, but he's a billionaire, top 20 richest man in the world. Exactly. I'm not Warren Buffett. I don't have 1,000th, 1 millionth of what he has. So I don't have a business owning more than 10 stocks. In my case, for example, there was a time, let me tell you something, and this is a true story. There was a time I had 100 stocks in my portfolio, 100. And I was looking to scale down, and I could not see one to scale down. And there's nothing wrong with what I did. But do you know why I could not scale down? And again, true story, about 70 of those stocks, they were all between 2%, 3% down. 70 of them were maximum 3% down, 70. So which one would I cut? I'm like, nah, I'm happy to, because I know they will move. So there was a time I was getting about 5 of them was just doing 100% over the same day. I'm like, wow. I'm talking about 7, 8 years ago. Okay, so, but that's not a right strategy, because if I put most of that money and I've actually gone in heavier, that would have been better for me. Okay, which is why. So if you don't have a lot of stocks, a lot of money, just split it 3. I'm actually speaking to somebody right now, and she's got about 21 stocks. And what did I do? I literally just, let me see if I can share her portfolio without sharing her name. So just give me a second. Let me see if I have the portfolio here. I'm gonna edit the name so that the name is not showing. Then I will. Oh no. Okay, let's see if I can have it. Great. So I'll tell you what the person has. It's somebody, it's a client really, but so this is sharing a client's portfolio with you. And then, so the clients, let's call the, let me just edit, let me, just give me a second so I can hide a few tabs that belongs to some people. And when I say clients, client could be my mother. So, so let me rename it to my mother. That's the only person you cannot offend, right? So where are we? Live demo. So I've got clients trades, my mother. Again, I've got it all down here, and I've been saying I'm going to share this template with you guys. Please record your stocks, etc. So this person's got this in 212, trying to impute other bamboo stocks. Okay, and this is what the person has. And I said, why do you have, the person has 30 stocks, as you can see. But even though the person, I'm not going to say he or she, has got 30 stocks, And this is the amount, total holding, okay? $229, $117, $289. So you can see what's in green. Green means hold. Everything else, get rid of them. Yeah, so hold this. So look at the way I've split it. Your ETF, your financials, your renewable, hold that. Your AI. So I'm holding different sectors, but this and this, they're going to be compiled into the same, very, very, as you can see. ETF, hold, but everything else, sell. Why? Renewable, this got dividend anyway, so that's fine. This is fine. I said sell, but I said sell this, buy this. So it's a hold. So somebody's going to guess the person is in the mentoring club, maybe. Yeah. Right, look at that. Amazon, say, oh, I'm going to sell Amazon. Say yes, get rid of it. You only got 0.35 anyway. Apple, get rid of it. Nothing wrong with keeping Apple, but we want to go a different direction now. We want to grow your job is growing your portfolio. Your job is not sitting down getting whatever $1 Apple is going to pay you every 3 months because you've only got 6 units. Okay? So everything's going to be sold. We're going to trim 30 to 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see AI, 5. Nothing more. I mean, what's the total? Let's hold it. Let me just highlight everything. What's the total holding? $7,000. Not a lot. I mean, how much can we? How many of us? How much are we going to get if we all split $7,000? Not a lot of money, right? And that's what I said. Get rid of it, and then we're going to start from scratch. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, you're clear.
I need help.
So when you say get rid of it, are you looking at the losses that's associated with those getting out of them?
Am I looking at?
I can see some of them in red.
A lot of them are in red. Yes. So one of the things, a few things we're going to do is we will work on averaging down. So when I say get rid of it, I'm not saying sell them now. Of course, depends on the basis. So if some of them are not too bad, we're gonna, we're just gonna keep some of them. Some of them we're gonna, yeah. See, somebody said like when I said get rid of JP Morgan, she wanted to cry. But we just want to go in a different direction, okay? So that we can make the best out of the trade. I want to make the best of your money. I want you to make the best of your money. There's no point you spreading 7,000 over 30. 30 years, you're probably going to be able to double that to maybe 35,000 in 30 years. But in 2 or 3 years or less, that 7,000 can double in less than a year compared to holding 30. Let's concentrate more. Let's concentrate. Let's focus. In secondary school, we do what? 10, 11 subjects. But we know the ones we love. We are very well concentrated. Like, yeah, this is the one I want to focus on. And that's it. And that's how we should be working. Am I making sense, guys? Good. Any other question? Yeah, Remy? So if you are struggling, of course, you can just contact me for portfolio review session. That's what I can do. It doesn't cost you much. Don't worry about that. Guys, people tend to worry about the money they're going to spend. And I just don't understand why people worry about the money they're going to spend. But anyway, do we have any other question?
Thank you, BK.
Thank you. I think it's a young investor they're talking.
Mine is a request. I need a portfolio review.
Yeah, just give us a shout later behind the scene and then we can, yeah.
All right.
Cool. Any other question by anybody? C, want to talk? C, LC? Any? No?
Somebody, hello?
Yeah, go on quickly.
Somebody has asked my question.
Wonderful.
About the portfolio review. The lady that was supposed to get rid of so many stocks and a lot of them in red.
Yeah.
But you talked about averaging down and
yeah, we some of them
reducing
were looking to getting an
losses.
averaging down on them. So what we want to talk about also is what you need to understand is that, guys, you have to understand that. Let me tell you the truth about trading and investing. I know this is a new foray for a lot of you guys in America, which which is a big trading capital in the world, even in the UK. The amount to get started with trading is minimum $25,000. Most people start with that, and the 6-month expenses. I've got somebody. It's not a friend that I know directly. It's just someone I know is a friend of a friend. He started with $250,000 before you can trade full time. So a lot of you come here with with $2,000 into the markets. You want to start making that money? No. So $10,000 is still not a lot of money, but it's easier to turn 10,000 to 100,000 than to turn 1 to 10 to turn 1,000 to 10. It's harder. Am I making sense? $100,000. You could compound it and grow it to 100,000 from 10,000 compared to 1,000 to grow it to 10, even though they both have the 10 multiplier. Simple maths. Okay. Christy, any question, Christy?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, some of us have a different portfolio because of different trading platforms. That's what I'm trying to, or investment platform. So, just your own suggestion. How many stocks irrespective of the money, as you are getting more money, you want to increase the number. How many do you think is enough? Maybe somebody should focus on that one. Maybe expand it. Maybe you have 20, maybe with 20,000. At that 20, you want to stay at that 20, just be growing on that 20, add it to that 20. Or the more you have money, the more you remember there are different Babu, Passful, Trove, and the rest of this. So yes, sir.
Good question. So the thing is, there's no amount that's adequate in terms of 5 or 10. Okay. However, it depends on your capital. There's no one answer that fits all. Does that make sense? It depends on your capital, number one. It depends on your focus, number two. Number three, how often are you going to be adding to this capital? Number four. Number five, how much would you be adding to them? So the cases are all different. Does that make sense? So if you have 2,000 spread over those four platforms, remember what I'm saying is not the right thing. It's what you think is right for you. But it will be good to listen and learn from experience, and that way you will learn. So what I'm going to tell you is that based on what I'm saying, I will not, based on $2,000, I'm not going to hold more than 4 stocks. I think anything more than 4, it's a torture, and it's not right. Yeah, and you're not just going to grow it. How can you concentrate on many? When I had 100, I'm going to scroll, and it keeps scrolling. It's just at the bottom. It's just a lot, okay? And I realized at some point I arranged my portfolio so just the green stays at the top, but no. Okay, so it depends on how much you have. It depends on what your targets or focus will be. It depends on how much you can keep adding to it on a monthly basis, the contribution, etc. Remember, we have our house meetings on a monthly basis. So just in case for some people who are not able to join us, this thing is going to be on our YouTube page. And of course, guys, please, I hope you imbibe everything we say. Don't just be here for no reason, please. Tomorrow we have an interesting topic coming up, but we're gonna raise that in the group later.
I have another one.
Yes,
Last
sir.
one.
Yeah.
Are you happy
with the first question?
I'm okay with that one. I just want your opinion, but I know that it's going to be
sell stocks. That's why we're talking about some stuff we bought last year. It's like I have it. I'm 80% off. How come?
The second one is that it's not related to what our topic. Like, how do you connect that spreadsheet where you have all your
I'll
trading?
give you the templates.
How do you connect it with Google?
I will give you the template. It's a Google Drive. It's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the template so we can, and I'll do like a quick training how we can do it. That's fine too.
Thanks so much.
That's okay, no problem. So I gave you last year. You probably forgot. Well, okay.
I just want to
not just question, guys. If you want to add anything to what you said.
If you are starting with,
yeah, go on, Oshin.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I was just saying it's not just question. You can add, people can add to what I've said and disagree as well, please.
Yeah, so basically we are starting with a small amount of capital. As much as possible, you want to deal with your high conviction stocks first at the very beginning. Like basically for me, that's why I started. When I started with only 3 stocks, and I started with about $5,000.
On free. And look at that.
Yeah. And 90% of it was in Tesla.
Wow. Interesting.
And so as we know what happened with Tesla, as Tesla grew, so what I did was I rebalanced. So I sold some Tesla and then started opening other positions. So now I started with 1 high conviction stock, but today I have 4 high conviction stocks and about 8 others, right? So total I have 12. So now let me give you a quick example. If you deal with it, it's better for you to have a few high conviction stock with huge amount of money, right? Than having to split those funds in different stocks. So for example, at a point in time, I had over 300% from Tesla. 300% of $1,000 is different from 300% of $5,000, right? So that's how you should play it. So your high conviction stocks are very, very important. The second thing I want to say is, just like you mentioned earlier, if you are starting a new position, never go in with all the money you have. Never do that. So typically for someone like me, what I do is, it might be different from for other people. You could start by buying fractional shares. But for me, what I do is I just buy 1 share. Like I opened a position on HIMS, HIMS. Please, whatever I'm saying here is not financial advice. Please, I beg you guys.
No, so your style, your strategy.
I opened a position on that, and it's 1 share, just 1. Yes, just 1 share of it, just to monitor it and see what's up. Now, the share at the time I bought it was, let me just check that. It was, $14.40, right? Today, it is down 22%, like total, 22.22%. But then the total change is $3.20.
Yeah.
That's really small, right? If I buy additional stock, the 22.22 is going to reduce drastically. But the thing is, it gives me more time to take a look at the company and see whether it's something I would want to build, right? So if you have $500, you've picked a high conviction stock, you could start off with 50% of it going. If it drops down, you know why you bought it. I keep giving this example. I took a position in a particular company, and there was a time I was down $3,000, negative $3,000. I didn't sell. Why? Because it was a high conviction stock. And the stock came back, but it rebounded in like 3 weeks. I kept on buying, right?
So I remember that.
Yes, that is very, very, very important. So put a chunk of your money in your high conviction stock, not a stock that someone told you to buy.
Yeah.
You would have done your own due diligence. You know everything about the company, everything about the company. Then you put a chunk of your money in it. Now, as that company does what you expect it to do, which is grow, right? You can sell some of it, take profits, and start buying other stocks. And that is how you build your investment portfolio. So I just wanted to hammer on those two things. They are really, really important. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And that's a really, really great point. So I told people, scale in, scale in, scale in. I can't remember this conviction stock that he mentioned actually, but I remember the I think it was a Clove. It was actually Clove. Yeah, it was. I remember.
Clove was one, and the day it did 100%, I sold.
Yeah,
I sold, and I
I'm not going to talk about how much money you made, but I'll let people know that you have a land in Banana Island.
So
no house, yes, a land.
The stock I was talking about is actually Tattooed Chef, TTCF.
Tattooed Chef, yes. You mentioned Tattooed Chef, yes, as well. He only talks to me when he makes money. This guy, Tattooed Chef, you made money, and then you made money from Clove. I'm not going to tell anyone.
Yeah, an AMC, and that's because I try as much as possible not to lose, and that's the truth. Just like you said, $1 is a lot, right? So if I need to be very, very sure before I get into a stock, and once I get in, I really don't care what it does. I'm very sure I will keep buying. That's just it.
So scale in, have a high conviction, understand that have a long-term mindset. Don't just think, I'm doing this tomorrow. No. I think it was the same mentoring club. I said it that the whole of March and April, I only made 3 trades. I think it was 3 or 6. 3. 41 trading days, only made 3. 3. And I was looking at 50 charts almost every day, 3,000 charts, only made 3. Not because I couldn't find something, but the market was a bit choppy. Okay, but I want to refocus. We're talking about small account. If you have a small account, you have no business spreading too much. But again, there's nothing. When it comes to what should you trade, if you don't have the knowledge, then you want to focus on the big caps. If you have a small account, don't trade ultra penny. They move too high or too fast. Don't trade ultra penny. Don't trade too high beta because they could go up or down against you. But you want to focus around the mid cap, safe zone, mid cap. That way you're happy. Okay. Do we have any other addition or contribution? We spent 90 minutes. It's meant to be an hour. Eniola, I just want to say the grace before we go. You want to share the grace before we go? She's a voiceover artist, guys, so I think that'll be a good place to start. So share the grace and then we'll go.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Say the parting words and then we can all go.
Okay. I mean, this has been a really good meeting. Thank you.
You wouldn't even talk about what you learned.
So much, Vicky. Thank you.
You wouldn't even say, "Oh, this is what I learned." Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Well, I was going to say, what are you going to do different? So, guys, I hope it's helpful to somebody. I know some people are late, but we're going to put it on our page, on the channel, on the YouTube, if you want to have another listen. But please, guys, start doing something different. And it's all about growing that small capital, okay? Treat that small money as your last money, even if it's a big money. But this is targeted towards mostly how you can grow your capital. We're not just here puffing out hot airs. We're here to grow. All right. On that note, thank you, everybody, and have a pleasant night. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, BK.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Regarding
you.
portfolio review, contact me. Thank you. Bye-bye.